Right, so it's early morning o'clock. I've come downtown. Two reasons. Firstly, I'm going to do a litter pick today, downtown litter pick. I'm going to call this the 500 challenge. Somebody said to me the other day when I was picking up cigarette ends and what have you, that you know, I can easily pick up 500 and have no issue whatsoever. So it's, 500 is about as much as you can pick up in a day, so I'm going to do 500. I've already started. I got 6 in there now. So we're going to call this a 500 challenge. The other thing that I'm also doing is having a good look around. There is a missing child in Calgary at the moment, 11-year-old guy called Parker. So the entire city is out looking for this guy. So I'm not sure if we've had any updates overnight as to whether they found him or anything. I did check this morning, nothing said he'd been found, so I will use this as a 2-in-1. This is a long way from where he was last seen, but you never know, because kids have a habit of walking a long way. Yeah. Right, so I will get on with this and see what I can find. Right, so we're going to start here. I've come from my car to the Lion, which anybody that knows this area is a very, very short distance, and so far I am up to 22. So yes, picking up 500 cigarette ends and around town is absolutely easy, which is a real shame, because you know people need to be aware of these things. I'll give you an example. Right, here's a bench here. Just, yeah, look at this. So I'm going to estimate there's probably 10, 15 just around here. I know before now, from where I've parked to the far end of this little walkway along here, I can pick up 100 cigarette ends with no trouble whatsoever. Right, so I'm going to head over here, I think. We'll clean out along here, see what we've got. There's some garbage here too, so I'm going to be picking up garbage as well as the cigarette ends, but my focus today is to how long it will take me to actually pick up 500, and I don't suspect it'll be very long. Right, I'm going to head on my way, see what I can do. Right, this gives you an idea of the scale of the problem. I'm up to 72 already, and I've walked from that corner past the Lion to here. There's more garbage here. I'm just going to pick this up. So 72 already, literally, and I have walked maybe 100 meters. So 72. Another bench here. Just covered in them. So 72. I shall hit my 500 probably by the time I even get down the Centre Street Bridge, which is down there. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to continue along here and see what I do. 72 so far. Let's pick up this garbage as well. Right. 108 so far, and I've got to the first bench. Literally. They have cigarette containers along here to put your used cigarette in. 108 so far, plus all this garbage. Yeah, 108 cigarette ends, and the Lion is literally right there. So I've got to here 108, and I'm sure I can double that number easily. Walking along here to the far end, I will double that number. I have no question whatsoever. Right, so 108, and on I go. That's nice with the sun on the buildings, eh? Very nice. Right, I'm going to go that way and probably easily pick up another 100 along here. So 171 so far, and almost a whole bucket of garbage. 171, and I'm almost at the last bench, and there's a lot more here. I'm just going to pick up as many as I can and just give my hand a rest. Right, that's 171 cigarette ends in about 200 meters. Right, so that's 200, and I've got to the first bin. If you watch this, Tara, I've left you a bunch of cans there. These are all the cans I found. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cans. Yeah, so that's not bad. So from just over there, 200 cigarette ends to the first bin. This is the first easy access bin, and 9 cans. So if you see this, Tara, I've left those there for you. She comes around, there's a lady comes around called Tara. She comes around and collects all the cans and that in the morning, and there's a bunch there. Just makes it easier. She doesn't have to rummage through the bushes to find them. Right, so that's 200 cigarette ends. So I will head just over here, because I know that these little benches over here tend to be quite bad. It is literally just sunrise o'clock. It's probably about, I don't know, 6:30 Sunday morning, I don't know, something like that. I like to get up early. I had a lay-in this morning, I didn't get up till 5. Yeah. This is a very nice, yeah, I do find quite a lot of cigarette ends over on this bench over here. There's tennis courts and things in here, and this is actually a very nice little area. Yeah. So just going to check around this bench, because I quite often find a lot of cigarette ends around here. And anybody that's seen my pictures of Calgary will recognise this spot, that's for sure. Yeah. Down here I tend to find loads and loads of cigarette ends down here. So, all quite a bit of garbage too, so I'll head down there and clean all that up. Yeah. I do like this tree. I have photographed this tree. I couldn't tell you how many times I've photographed this tree. Yeah. Nice, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I will head down there and see what garbage I can find down there. Oh, sunrise on the flowers there is quite nice. That's pretty good. Right, let's see what I can find. Right, 214 so far. I'm going to head down over Centre Street Bridge, I think, and then down into the park over that way. Should find a few over there. So 214 so far. Yeah. And 1 and a bit buckets of garbage. So this area is nice and clean now. That looks better. Yeah. This is all covered in tissues and Christ knows what. Bottle caps and kinds of garbage. Oh, 215. There we go, there's another one. You grab that one on the way. Right, so that's 224 in a short piece of path along here. Anybody knows this area knows this is only a very short walk along here. 224, so it's rather nice with the sun on the city. Wish I bought my good camera now. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? 224. I'm going to head downtown, across the bridge. I have no doubt I'll find a lot more garbage down there. So 224. I'm roughly halfway to my target. Right, let me head down here. Right, so that's 252 cigarette ends, and I'm just going to start my walk down into downtown, down over that way. So that's 252. Just been talking to a nice guy up there called Brian. Yeah, nice chatting to you, Brian. Now I normally cut down across there and get down to the river, but I can tell you now the amount of mosquitoes in that long grass is insane. Yep. So I will continue down that way, and I'll let you know when I get to 300. Right, just heading on into downtown down that way. So 280 cigarette ends so far. But, the sun hasn't broke the hill over there yet. I'm down here early because it's nice and cool at the moment. It's going to be pretty hot today. But if you come down early, you get pictures like that of downtown without any cars on it. So 280, I can see some more down here. So I'll grab those on the way, and I'm probably going to hit 300 by the time I get to the other side of this bridge. I just have a feeling. Well, I was a little off. I'm at 301 now, and I haven't even got to the first archway on the bridge. Right, that's 301. Right, away I go. Going to head down that way. Yeah, it's not too difficult to catch up with them at this time of the day. Yeah, yeah. So 301 and counting. Right, so it's 346 so far, and this is starting bucket number 4 in garbage. So 346. Got my turn off. This tends to be where I turn off to head off down to the pathways. I head on down here. I can head on down that way into Chinatown. Chinatown's there. There's some really good foodieries down there, as I've mentioned many times before. There's a place just down there on the right hand side called You and Me. That's really nice. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to head down this way. So 346. I'm closing in on my target, so that's pretty good. Right, so it's 349 so far. Yeah. This is Centre Street. These are nice steps. I usually find quite a lot of garbage down here. I can see some already, so I'll head down there and get that. Yeah. So 349. Let's see what I can find down this bit here. Right. 353. And a bunch of garbage. 353. Should be some more along here. It usually is. Let's see what I can find. Oh, there's more garbage there. 353. There's some garbage down there. Grab that. It's going to head into the river. We don't want to crap in the river. So 353, and I'm just going to grab this garbage. So 358, and bucket number 4 fit. There's a whole bunch of bottles and that in there. I'll stick those in the thing. Yeah, 358. On I go. I'm going to go that way. Find the next bin because this is heavy. So 359 now, and bucket number 4 is very heavy because it's full of glass bottles. So I'm going to head down under here. This is a nice time of the day for a walk. Not too many people around. It's pretty good. Yeah. River's still up pretty good. That's nice. Yeah, quite often find garbage under here, or I see some over there. I'll go and grab that and tidy that up, and then be on my way. So 358, I should find some more over here. There's a bin just the other side of this bridge, so I'll head over there and empty this out. Very nice time of the day. Just talking to a lady from Germany. apparently in her hometown she goes around and she does all the litter cleaning up and that as well, so that's good. Nice to meet you. I forgot to ask her name. It was from Germany. She helped me empty the bucket, so that's good. So it's bucket number 4 emptied, just started that. 389 cigarette ends so far. I'm going to continue up through the park here and then along the river over that way. Well, this bit surprises me. I normally find quite a lot here. This is the Shinlock Park. I normally find quite a lot of cigarette ends here. So 394, and yes, this piece normally has a lot. Yeah, it's got a lot of nice new trees, I'll give it that. 394, see a bit of garbage over there. I'll go and grab that. Yeah, I'm not sure if somebody's already cleaned this up, but there's normally a whole bunch along here. Yeah, so 394, nice new trees, and a piece of garbage. I'll grab that. 399. I need one more. That'll be 400. Yeah, 399. Yeah, there's got to be one here somewhere. Where are you? Where's number 400? Oh, there it is, down there. That's number 400. So we will film number 400. There we go. Number 400 going in the bucket or in the bottle top. Quite a lot of plastic bottle tops. Yeah. So 400 cigarette ends so far. 100 to go and I've hit my target. Excellent. Alright, 305. And I have to say, I had to stop and get that picture. Isn't that nice? Wow. This is right smack in the middle of downtown Calgary. Literally, right in the middle of the city. Doesn't get much better than that. Isn't that nice? Yeah. I'll definitely take that. That is very nice. Spotted a bit of garbage there as well, so I stopped. That's nice. Yeah. Right. On I go. So 434 so far. Get my numbers the right way around. There we go. So 434. Just heading along this way. This is nice. This is Prince's Island. This is the lagoon along here. But, reasonably clean. I'm on bucket number 6. Oh, another cigarette end down there. Yeah, I will grab that before I move on. Yeah, nice. Yes, great time of the day, isn't it? Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Right, I'll just grab that one there and I'll be on my way. Right, so we're up to 470. Just talking to some young kids down there. It's asking me what I was doing. So collecting garbage. I think they now want to go and collect garbage. So that's always the best thing, you know. Best thing that can happen today. If you can inspire one other person to get out and do this. I mean, look how nice downtown Calgary is. Yeah, we need to look after it. 470. I reckon I can hit my 500 before I get to that bridge. What do you reckon? I've got to find 30 more before I get to that bridge, and I don't think I'll have too much trouble doing that. It's kind of a shame, but I bet I can do that quite easy. Yeah. As a species, we got to do better, people. Seriously. Seriously. Yeah. I'll on the map, once I hit 500, I'll work out how far I have walked. And bear in mind that Calgary is a very clean city, you know. So I will work out how far I've walked. Nice, isn't it? Yeah, let's help keep it that way. Right, on I go. Got to find another 30. Right, I need 7 more before I get to that bridge to hit 500. Yeah. Right. Nearly. Yeah, I need 7 more, somewhere between here and that bridge just there. Right, let's see what I can find. I bet they're here somewhere. Yeah, just got to look for them. I will find them. Yeah. Starting to warm up, I can tell you. Glad I came down early. I know I can easily pick up 100 at the benches at the far end of Prince's Island, which is where I'm going to head next. Once I hit 500, I'm going to head up the end of there. Right, on I go, that way. And there it is. I'll pick that one up. That is 500 cigarette ends. That is insane. 500 cigarette ends, and I've literally just got to here. So I'm going to head up along the thing. This is bucket number 6 for garbage, by the way. That's bucket number 6. So I'm going to head up along. This is the new Eau Claire. Going to head up through here. Quite often find garbage up through there. So I'll head over there and see what else I can find. This is a great new area down through here. Love this place. It's nice now. Made it nice. Right, so I haven't stopped picking up cigarette ends. I've just stopped counting because I got fed up counting. Yeah, I'm just going to count buckets of garbage now. So, yeah. Yeah, lots of new trees gone in. It's good. Right, so I will continue picking up cigarette ends. I'm not going to count them anymore because, like I say, I'm fed up counting. So that's 500, and that is absolutely really easy to do. No effort whatsoever. You can easily do 500 cigarette ends. That's crazy. We've got to do better. We really do have to do better. That is ridiculous. Yeah. And if you could see how far I've walked, which is like next to nowhere, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Right, so I'm going to head up through here, up through Prince's Island, and carry on picking up cigarette ends and garbage, but I'm not going to count them anymore. So, oh well, that's another 500 challenge. So I'm going to start a series. I think I'm going to call it the 500 challenge and just keep doing it, see how far I get. Right, on I go. That way. I'm just out and about wandering around, and I've just spotted a young lady doing stuff that we used to do when we were a kid. I haven't seen this done for years. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, now she's going with a different colour the other way. Yeah, that is absolutely brilliant. I haven't seen anybody doing that for the longest time. Right, I'm going to continue on my way that way. Well, nice time of the day, that's for sure. I'm on bucket number 8. I just met a very nice young lady. She was doing what is called brass rubbings. They're doing the covers. And then she turned the piece of paper 90 degrees and did the same thing and used a different colour. I thought that was actually really cool. I started going along there, but there's too many cobra chickens along there. There's a lot of young geese along there, so I'm going to head up through the park over that way, up to the far end, and I'm sure there'll be more garbage up there when I go. City's starting to wake up. It's certainly starting to warm up, that's for sure. That's why I'm hiding in the trees. Yes. Right. Yeah, so we're on bucket number 8. I've stopped counting the cigarette ends, but I know I've easily done another 100 before I even got over here. So yeah, so we'll stop counting at 500. We'll call it the 500 challenge, and I'm going to head down through the park over this way, see if I can find any garbage down through here. Just found a little bit in there, but there's a whole bunch more cobra chickens in there with their young, and so I will stay out of there for a bit, give them space, and on I go. Right, to head down here. This space has been open and closed and open and closed. I notice there's a new piece of pathway down the bottom here, which invariably may mean more junk. So oh, there's a spoon there, I'll just grab that. Right, I'm going to head down that way. I'm starting bucket number 11, and God knows how many cigarette ends because I stopped counting, so lots. Right, I will continue on my way. There's a festival going on over in the park at the moment, so they've got a lot of it over there all fenced off. So I normally go up to the benches at the end, and that's where I tend to find a whole bunch of cigarette ends up there. That's all fenced off at the moment. They've got some folk festival or something going on over there, so I will go a different route. I'm just going to try the new route along the bottom of here. So they've added a new bench and that along here. This is new. They've made a new walkway piece along here, just underneath the side of this bridge, so I'm going to head under there and see if there's any garbage. Well, this is rather nice. This is all part of the new bit that they've done here. Yeah. Very nice. Very nicely done. Yeah. Somebody's dog down there and enjoying the river, chasing the tennis ball. Right. I'll continue on my way. I'm going to head down there, see if there's any garbage along this new pathway. And I go. Right. I'm down at the new pathway. This is the new extraction point. Well, it's always been an extraction point, but they've actually made it a lot better for getting in and out. So if you start off at Baker Park and you're up doing your rafting down the river, this is pretty much where you'll come to. And as you can see, it's like a dedicated boat extraction point. This is down by Prince's Island. The Peace Bridge is just up over there. Normally I cut up through there, but it's all fenced off at the moment because the bridge is open, but the park is all closed, so I'll do that. This is the new boat extraction point, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I'm glad they made this. This is really cool. Yeah. And I'm going to head downstream and see if I can find any garbage down along there. Wow, isn't this a transformation under here? Well done, City of Calgary. This is a little bit of plastic there. Let me grab that out of there. Yeah. Oh, I can. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, this is really nice. This piece of pathway along here underneath the bridge, that's the bridge that goes across to Prince's Island. This piece of pathway along here was always a trouble spot. It was full of garbage and old shopping carts and all kinds of crap. But it's actually a really nice pathway now. Well done, City of Calgary. This is really, really nice. I like this. Right, I'm going to explore along and see if I can find any more garbage. I was just talking to a guy up there. He's the guy there. He's got his dog in and out of the water. There's a bottle. that's going round and round in the water, and I think he's going to wade out there and get it. But his dog is pestering to throw the ball back in the river. Yeah, right, so I am going to follow the water downstream a little bit along here, make sure this is all nice and clean. City's made an amazing job of this. This is really, really nice. Right, on I go. Wow, what can I say? That is a 100% improvement. Absolutely brilliant. This piece where I'm stood now was always a trouble spot. It was always full of garbage and old shopping carts and homeless people all over the show. There was a mess down here. I've cleaned up some horrendous mess underneath this bridge before now, and you find needles and all kinds of crap along here. But now it is all nice and clean, very nicely done. You can see we've had some high water up in there too. The garbage is all the debris from the river is all flown up into there. There's a piece of garbage in there. I'll grab that out of there. Yeah. Wow. Well, if you watch this, Mr. City Guy, it's very much appreciated. You did an amazing job along here. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. Right, just grab that bag out of there and I'll be on my way. Right, very nicely done. Very nicely done. I've filled my bucket right up again. Yeah. All the way along there, that takes me up to 12 now. Buckets. So there is a new bin. They put a new bin up the other end there as well, which is very nice to see. Yeah, so as you come along here, you've got the bike path which runs up along that way. This is all brand new. This wall along here, this is all part of the flood defence for downtown flooding from thanks to 2013. We're still working on it. Yeah, but there is a very nice pathway. If you go along that pathway, it takes you all the way along underneath the bridge and back up the other side. That is a really nice addition to the pathways and excellently built. Really, really nice. Yeah, very nicely done. Yeah, lots of new trees and that going along here. That's nice. Centre Street Bridge is down through there, that gap in the middle there. They'll make a nice photo with my long lens. Yeah, that'd be good. Pick that up with a 200 or a 300, that'll make a nice picture. I should remember that one. Right, so I'm going to continue on my way, head back up over here, empty my garbage out and continue back up the hill. Right, I've just come up that way, heading up the hill. This bench here I quite often find a lot of cigarette ends on, but it's actually pretty good today. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah. This is bucket number 13. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, that's more than I thought I was going to find actually. Yep, bucket 13. Right, so I will continue on my way up the hill. Apparently there's some more garbage at the top. I was just talking to a couple there and they said there's more garbage at the top. So I'll go and grab that and be on my way. Right, so here I am back at the top of the hill. Roughly centre of the shot, you can see the yellow umbrellas of Oakley Market there. Yeah, so yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Looks like it's going to be a nice day out in the mountains. I might head out into the mountains tomorrow. And we'll see. A lot of people out and about running and doing all the good things that they like to do. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to head down along this path here and back to Centre Street Bridge, which is just down this way. A day like this, you really value the trees. The difference in temperature walking underneath here, difference in temperature walking underneath these trees as opposed to just walking along the path is actually quite huge, which is why I came out early this morning. It's nice to get out and about before everybody's out and about doing stuff. So yeah, the value of the trees is definitely good. I appreciate the trees, that's for sure. Yeah. So I'm back out in the sun now, and the sun's not even midday sun. It's hot, but it's not midday sun. And there's some more trees coming up down there, so I'll do some more when I get down there. Right, done this shot a few times over the years. The height of this grass. Yeah, I'm not walking down through there. Be a million mosquitoes down through there. Yeah, so I've done this shot many times in the past. I'm going to do it again. One little bit of garbage there and a cigarette end. I'm just going to grab those. I think I'll call that the end of the video. Thank you for coming along. 13 buckets. This is number 13 right there. Lost count of cigarette ends. I stopped counting at 500 and I've easily picked up 200 or 300 more since then. Yeah, but it gets very monotonous counting them. So right, as long as they're off the ground I don't really care. Yeah. Right, what a great day, eh? I'll have some more of this. Right, thank you for coming along. Very much appreciated. I think we'll call that it. Bye for now. A little bit of extra video bonus reel right there, heading up the hill. Whew, that's warm now. I am so glad I came down early this morning. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be starting this now. Wow. Yeah. Well, hopefully when I turn the radio on, there'll be good news. Hopefully that little boy's been found. He wandered off yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure. But he's been gone a while, so they're looking for him. Yeah, half the city's looking for him. But needless to say, I haven't seen him today. Yeah. Well, let's hope he's been found. Right. I will continue on up the hill. And thank you again for coming along. We've got to get out of this heat. It's way too hot. On I go.